Hello, Bells Up Studio. I'm Lacey and welcome to today's 20-minute one kettlebell set. You're only going to need one bell for this class. It should be a bell that you can kettlebell swing for at least 10 reps. You want it to be a nice moderate weight and something that you feel comfortable cleaning and squatting in the goblet style. We're gonna go through a warm-up together, and then it's a pretty short warm-up, and then get into a lot of squats mixed with some cleans and mixed with some two-hand swings. So you'll see how all this unfolds. It's a very good strength and power set today. I always invite you to bring squat wedges whenever you squat if you feel comfortable elevating your heels a little bit. I love them personally, even if you have awesome squat form without, just because elevating pushes you forward a little bit into the forefoot and can really blitz your quads a little bit. I'm actually pretty sore today, so no laughing at me in the comments if my squats are looking a little shaky, but we're gonna get into it. So the first set, when we're warming up, I'm just gonna have a running clock for 2 minutes. We're gonna go through 5 good mornings, 5 hip openers with a reach, 5 goblet cleans, and 5 goblet squats, repeating that as many times as you can do it. You might get through 2 times, you might get through 1.5 times. The first round, try to follow my lead so you can learn the movements, and then the second round, you can be on your own for your timing and your speed. So for your good mornings, we're gonna go feet underneath our hips, arms up, and stretching nice and tall here. Let's take the hips back into a deep hinge and then stand up. So that's 1 rep. We're gonna go 5 reps here. Just making sure we're connecting to the floor with our feet. Really great idea to remove your shoes for this set if you are in a position to be able to do so. So after you finish your 5th rep here, you're just gonna walk yourself out to a plank position. Bring your right foot up outside your right hand. Push your left hand down and reach your right hand up. Once you're here, I want you to just keep repeating those reaches. You can drop into your hip. We're gonna go 5 on this side. So think of pulling your knee forward slightly and then letting your hips drop without your back overarching. So I don't want you reaching backwards. Let's go ahead, switch your side. We're gonna go left foot outside left hand. And you wanna think again, pushing through the floor with your right hand to lift up your left arm instead of doing this. So we don't want this to go into our low back. We don't wanna be rotating too much here. We're thinking of getting nice and long. Let's take 1 more set here, 1 more rep, I should say. Hand comes down, you're gonna walk yourself back to a standing position. So this is where we're gonna grab our kettlebell. I'm gonna go for some goblet cleans here. So I want 5 goblet cleans, 5 goblet squats. Nice and easy set. I think we're gonna get through this 1 round in the 2 minutes, so let's make this intentional. Let's go for 5 goblet cleans in 3, 2, and 1. So hips go slightly down and back. We're going to push through the floor to lift the bell, lifting it with momentum, elbows shooting straight back behind us. We're not trying to lift this with our arms. We're just trying to guide it up to a position at our chest with the elbows tucked in, using a powerful hip thrust. Heels can lift off the floor. Go ahead, shake your hands out a little bit. I think I was being overzealous with those 2 rounds. We're just gonna keep it to the 1 and have some good squats here. So you can bring out your wedges, or you can try your squats with feet on the floor and see how they feel today. So we're just gonna go 5 easy goblet squats. Let's pick your bell up in 3, 2, and 1. So I want you to raise your hips with the same power that you used to come up in your goblet clean. Try to relax your upper body a little bit and push your hands into your kettlebell. After your 5th rep, bell comes down to the floor, and we are going to go into another set that's really gonna get your heart rate up with those goblet cleans and with your goblet. Set consists of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off intervals, where we're gonna play with some variations in our squat pattern for 5 minutes. So that means you're squatting in motion with your weight and 1 set without for 2.5 minutes total. Our first one is going to be a goblet clean to a squat with a 3-second hold at the bottom. It looks like this. So I'm gonna go into my clean position, clean and drop to the squat as I clean, hold 3, 2, 1, push and stand. This is one that I would recommend not using your wedges for, just because the clean is incorporated into the movement each and every time. Second interval, we're gonna go plain old goblet squats. Then we're gonna take a goblet clean to a tempo squat, going 3 seconds down and up, followed by regular goblet squats again. Then jump squats. If you're not jumping today, you can do bodyweight squats in place in lieu of jumps. So let's go ahead, get this started. We're gonna go goblet clean to squat, 3-second hold at the bottom, 3, 2, and 1. So I catch and drop at the same time, hold 3, 2, 1, push, come up quickly and with power. So catch, drop, 3, 2, 1, stand. If it's too much for you to get to the bottom, combining those movements, you can clean the bell first here, then squat and hold for that 3, 2, 1. You have just enough time to get one more rep here before our rest break. 3, 2, 1, and bell comes down. So we have a 30-second break here. And now is when you can bring out your wedges if you want to try those. And just notice the difference of how it feels if you're elevating your heels versus not. Try to keep your whole sole of your foot on the ground if you're using wedges. You want to have the heels slightly lifted. You can also put them on weight plates if you're at a gym and have your sole of the foot on the floor. When you clean the bell, I want you to be slightly in front of the blocks and then step back as right before you squat. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. So these squats don't have to be fast. You can count the reps in your set if you want and try to match them in our second set of just plain squats. But I want you to just try to get as many as you can in the next 15 seconds here. You've already been squatting about 15 seconds, maybe 6, maybe 8. If you're really moving, possibly 10. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 to come off. Step off the blocks, set the bell down safely. Okay, your next set, goblet clean to squat or goblet clean catch, and keep that tempo squat time for 3 seconds. So that means we're cleaning, going down 3, 2, 1, coming up 3, 2, 1 for our set. You won't get as many reps, but this one might burn a little bit more. So go ahead and come off your blocks for this. Let me remind you, you're only doing 1 round through. This is a 5-minute set. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna bring it up, take it down, 3, 2, 1, come up, 3, 2, 1, push the soles of your feet down, 3, 2, 1, stand, 3, 2, 1, very good guys, 15 seconds, 3, 2, 1, come up, 3, 2, 1, last set, 3, 2, 1, push, 3, 2, finish, bell comes down safely, those are a burner, right? Next up, goblet squats, round 2, so see if you can match if you counted the rep count that you did before, and if you can't, that's okay. I just want you to have really strong, really solid reps. Try to stay loose, move around a little bit, and if this weight is feeling heavy, it's meant to be here. We're getting our heart rates up with not a lot of rest and a solid 1-1 work-rest ratio. Here we go, let's pick your bell up for your last set of plain old goblet squats in 3, 2, and 1. So bell comes to the chest. We're gonna step back onto those wedges. Make sure your toes are facing the direction of your wedges, especially if you have 2 of them. And if you're a person that turns your toes out, just make sure that you turn the wedges in the direction that your toes are facing. 10 seconds here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, finish that last squat. This is where we hit optional jump squats. And again, if jumping isn't for you, we're gonna try to do some powerful air squats. I'm gonna show you what those look like. So you'll be here with your arms down, and we're gonna come up pretending like we're jumping, just not letting our feet leave the floor. So I still want these to feel powerful and for you to get a big squeeze in your glutes as you move. If you're jumping, your feet will come up as your arms move up. Try to get some height here. We've got 3, 2, and 1. I'm already breathing heavy here. So remember, our arms are helping facilitate the motion. If you have a lower ceiling like I do in our little studio nook, you can give the ceiling a little love tap. If not, just keep those feet on the ground and try to get into a position at the bottom where your chest still stays up here. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest there. We have made it to the final set in our class. We're gonna get a lot of reps of squats, a lot of reps of swings. This is also one where you can use your wedges if you so choose. So make sure your bell is out. I'm gonna give you just about 30 seconds to catch your breath, grab some water, towel off if you need to before we start our next. Super simple for the final set in our class. We're just gonna do squats and kettlebell swings, but the rep count is gonna change for 6-minute intervals here. So this is an every 60-second set. Your first one, you're gonna have 5 goblet squats, 5 swings, and then you're gonna rest in the remaining time. When we get to the second interval, I'm gonna tell you where you're gonna end up for squats and swings, and those numbers are gonna shift as we do this entire set. Just make sure that if you hit a capacity, as in too many swings or too many squats, you can always default back to the 5 and 5 if you want, or go 3 and 3. 9 is the absolute most that you're going to do, just for context. So again, your bell should be something you feel comfortable squatting and swinging for at least 10 reps. So we're gonna start this in 10 seconds. So you have 5 squats and 5 swings. Option to use your squat wedges if you wanna do that. You're just gonna set the bell down after your squats, step back, go right into swings. We'll go 3, 2, and 1. So I come up, I'm gonna hit 5 really strong squats. You have time to finish these out. So I don't want you to drop at the bottom. I want you to feel strong at the top, to set the bell down with care. Still set yourself up for swings by coming into that triangle position with your feet, feeling your hamstrings, letting the hips lift with the bell. So even with the extra care for setup and me talking through it, I still have 30 seconds right here to rest. Some of the sets with the higher amounts of squats are gonna take a little bit longer, but those are coming at the end. So you're gonna get a little bit more rest in these first 3 intervals as we increase swings. This set, 3 squats, 7, lucky number 7, kettlebell swings. So depending on if you like squats or swings more, this class, you know, could get extra fun soon or be annoying. Here we go, 3, 2, and 1. So 3 squats. Notice the difference between your chest positions in the squats versus the swings. We want our chest slightly higher when we squat, and we're thinking of still getting a pretty big squeeze of our glutes, push down of our feet, and pulling up of our quads when we're swinging and when we're standing up in our squats. Chin should be neutral here with breath out happening through your mouth as your hips extend. So we want to think of here, nice, strong, and loud, audible exhale is preferable to get that good core contraction and keep your abs working for you through the entire set so we don't end up here or here. Okay, next one. I think you maybe see where we're going here. You have 1 squat and 9 kettlebell swings. 1 squat, 9 swings. Let's go for it. 3, 2, and 1. I have a more narrow squat position than the position that I swing in. And I also turn my toes out a little bit in my kettlebell swing versus in my squat. I found that over time, keep going for your 9 swings, just playing with different positions, and you should do the same thing, because where we put our feet for our squat will really depend on where we're comfortable in regards to our pelvis shape and size, and every person is different. So the best way to find your ideal squat stance is to play around, going wider, going more narrow, see where you feel good in your sets. Okay, this is where we flip the switch. You now have your biggest set of squats. I want 9 solid goblet squats, and this is gonna take a little mental energy here. You only have 1 swing though. Let's go for it. 3, 2, and 1. So you might be like, oh God, we've been squatting the whole time, kind of, but you've just done 3 if you're with me. So that means 3 more 2 times. So here we go. This is my second set of 3, and then my third set of 3. I like to play little games in my own head with my rep counts. I'm not the person that likes to count up to the number or down to 1. I like doing them in little chunks and then thinking that I start over. Don't forget your swing here. I don't know why. That helps me to stay a little more in the game, stay a little more fresh, and feel like these higher rep sets are doable, and maybe that works for you too. So if you're counting reps in your head, maybe try cutting them in half and then just pretending that you haven't done that first half when you start the second. You have about 5 seconds here. 7 squats, 3 kettlebell swings. Let's go for it. 3, 2, and 1. Again, don't rush through this. You still have, from here, about 40 seconds until our next set. And those swings are getting shorter, but it's also a time for you to make them powerful. Don't, because the rep count is low, think that, and you know you're towards the end, that you want to go less with your power or get comfortable, especially these last 5 swings, because your final set, we're back at 5 and 5. I want you to really feel your quads pulling up, your glutes squeezing tight in both the squat and the swing. We have to work on mastering tension in our weighted movements to really make the timing work and to be able to lift heavier over time. Okay, here we go. Let's pick the bell up. In 3, in 2, and 1. I'm sweaty and out of breath right there with you guys. So in through my nose on the down, out through my mouth on the up. I'm really working still to push through the center parts of my feet and not roll my feet any direction. I want the whole foot kind of splat to the floor. After your 5th swing, bell comes down and you are finished with your set. We should all be finishing up right about now. This is your quick 20 minutes. Catch some more 20-minute classes. They're super efficient and they will leave you feeling strong, sweaty, or maybe both. Remember, get real, get strong, bells up. I will see you guys in another class very soon. Bye.